Hi there, beautiful thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. Today we're going to be doing our WTF Wednesday video, weekly tracking of finances. So thank you guys for being here. Click that subscribe button, like the video, and let's go. Hi everyone, we are in our comfy clothes because it's cold and I didn't want to change. I hope you guys are doing good. As I said in the intro, and as you can see by the title, we are doing our WTF Wednesday check-in, which is our weekly tracking of finances, of getting everything paid back and our accounts reconciled the way they should be. But before we do get started with it, let me go ahead and grab today's Promptu Card. If you're new to my videos, this is a Promptu Card. It's basically a conversation starter, so I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. It's just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So what do I do that makes you smile? Oh, I kind of like this one. I don't even have to answer this one. I'm curious, have you ever watched one of my videos and smiled? Can you remember? If you can, let me know in the comments, what was it? I'm really kind of curious about that one. All right, let me know in the comments. All right, so today is our WTF Wednesday video. Today is just WTF Wednesday. Every day is a WTF. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we are going to be doing our weekly check-in like usual every week. I hope that it gives you guys a little bit of inspiration to keep yourselves accountable to yourself. And, you know, you guys are inspiring me by being here and watching this video, just keeping me on schedule and doing it and doing the things that I need to do. So you're inspiring me as well. Anyway, so today we're going to be working with the past week, the 8th through the 14th. We're going to go through everything. We're going to check our bank spending. We're going to check our credit card spending. We're going to check our cash spending. We're also going to check all the bills that came out on auto pay in the past week. We've got a lot to look over. Make sure that all of our digital type things are accounted for and returned back to the bank if needed. Basically, we're going to do everything except for cash stuffing in this video. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to use black for my bank spending. Let's start with bank spending first. This is things that we just swiped with our bank card and paid for things. We do have an account buffer in our checking account to help us be able to make these purchases each week, but we repay it back in this video so that we have another account buffer basically to go into the new week and make more purchases without having to deposit first so that we can make online purchases, that type of thing. All right, let's begin. On the 9th, we had pets. This is going to actually be coming from our savings. My hubby and I made a decision that we would pay for the pet stuff with our savings money, mainly the second dog. The first dog my daughter bought, she has a job, so she has money, and she wanted to buy herself her own animal with her own money and buy her own things for her own pet. So she's been doing that. My youngest, however, she doesn't have a job, so she doesn't have that kind of money. So we decided that we would go ahead and fund that for her, and we're just going to use our savings for it because why not? We only live once, and those babies are precious. All right, so from savings, this is for the pet. It was $39, and the original cost was $38.42. So that leaves 58 cents that we're just going to add to our account buffer. This is what we do. We just round up everything no matter what the cost, even if it's like below 50 cents. If it's 2001, we're rounding up. And then that change just goes right into my bank and goes towards that account buffer. It's just a very small way to help slowly build the account buffer without really doing anything at all. Now, moving on to the 10th, we did have another purchase for air, and this is obviously right before we got the tire fixed because it was trying to go flat on my hubby every time he drove. And so we definitely needed to just get a new tire, especially after overnight it went completely flat. So that was our sign. It was $2, no save the change on that because it was even. Also on the 10th, we did have a gaming purchase, and this is actually from my hubby. He spent $10. And you know what's so cute is that he actually asked me first instead of just doing it, which, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we respect each other that way. Like when we do big purchases, we do respect each other and we talk about things before we just go and do it. But I feel like since I've been doing this whole entire thing, which we're coming up on 3 years now, he has gotten into the habit of asking first because he doesn't want to mess up my accounts. He doesn't want to mess up like my budgeting. So he feels like he needs to ask first. And it's so cute. And I was just like, honey, I have a whole envelope for you to just game your little heart out. Go ahead, buy what you need. It's so cute to me. Anyway, on the 13th, we did have another, this is going to be coming from savings, but this is another pet purchase. And that was for $77. And this was for food. Now, we did go like a little overboard when we bought a lot of food, but there are 2 puppies, so then they do eat quite often. But man, whew, you talk about expensive. So that was 34 cents going towards our Save the Change challenge. And then on the 14th, we had one of my daughter's mental health therapy appointments. And this will be coming from my mental health. Every Tuesday, one of my daughters has an appointment with her therapist, and it's even, by the way. And they just, they've been doing this for, oh my goodness, almost 2 years. Almost 2 years, I think. Yeah. And I cannot even brag enough. I've said it in the last video. I'll say it again. I'll say it to the rooftops. Therapy is amazing. If you have teenagers and you have the funds, or if you can make the funds, I highly, highly, highly recommend finding a trusted therapist and letting them have someone to talk to. Because not all kids want to talk to our parents, So it's good for them to have somebody to bounce their ideas and their thoughts off of and to figure themselves out, because this is a really, really confusing world that we're living in right now. Very, 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 very confusing, especially for teenagers. So it's good for them to have a leg up on their mental health and a little help and guidance in figuring out life for themselves and what they want in their futures. So it's kind of cool. I love seeing the changes in my daughters. I can't even begin to describe. I love it. All right, so that is it for bank spending. We're going to move over to credit card spending. Now, we do have a credit card. My husband uses it only, and he just uses it for gas right now. That's the only thing I can trust myself with at this moment. This is our first credit card in over 2 decades, and so we're nervous, but we're going in it timidly. It does have a cashback value. I haven't even checked to see how much we've earned so far in the cashback. I probably should. But we do get cash back with it, which is awesome. But we're also building our credit slowly. And this allows us to do that without really sketching me out and making me feel scared that we're going to go into mega debt. All right. So this is what we're doing. Gas. On the 11th, that was $21. Rounded up, it was $21.01, so that's 99 cents. On the 13th, we had gas for $24. It was $23.23, so our change, 24, 23.23, so our change is 77 cents. And of course, my dogs had to make an entrance. Tell me again why I got 2 more dogs? Like we didn't have enough? Now, technically, those puppies will leave with my daughters when they move out. So, yeah. And then I have 2 that are about 13 years old. So they don't have very much longer either. So, anyway, I love animals. I can't help it. The next gas that we had was on the 14th, and that was for $21, rounded up, and it was 99 cents change. All right. So that takes care of bank and credit card. We did have a couple of areas of no spend. That's rare, it feels like lately, just because of all the things that we're tracking. But we're almost done with this thing, and then I'm probably going to retire using no spend stickers, to be honest. All right, it doesn't do anything for me. I don't feel happy that I have these stickers on here telling me I didn't spend. So I'm just going to eliminate it. All right, so let's start with bank spending. We can go ahead and do some calculations here, get that out of the way. For bank spending, we spent everything in black. So we spent $193 this past week by swiping. For our credit card, we spent $66, not bad. And then we'll do cash spending in a little bit. I still have not bought the first thing for Christmas yet, so that's nothing. And then our save the change. So this week we are adding $3.68 to our account buffer, which is nice. All right, so next thing up, I'm going to take just a minute to put these little squares on to each purchase so I have a checkbox, and then I'll set everything up, and then we'll get started unstuffing some cash. All right, so first up I'm going to do gas, and we already calculated that for $66. I don't have change yet, so 20, 40, 60, 70. So I do owe myself, what, $4? So I'm going to put that right here, and we'll check these two off. And we'll come back when we have change, which should be relatively soon. Not dining out, I don't even know. Lord. Okay, so there is that, and then we did have some expenses for cash, so I'll take the tracker. And now I'm going to go into my short term, which is where I will find, let's see, gaming first. That was 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then for mental health, we have 65. So 50, 60, and 5. And then we do need to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll leave this off to the side. Now, in mental health, we have 51, 52, 50, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 355, 65, 75, 80. So 380 in there. And we did not spend anything in this binder. But we did get that, and I'll put this in my gas. And now left in gas we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 184. Very good. All right, next up, oh, and we did get gaming. Let's do savings. Now with savings, I do have prop bills in here, so I'll probably just break up the prop bills because why not? Total in savings though is 39 and 77, so that's 116. And we have this 120 in prop bill, so I'm going to get some change. All right, so we have $4 in change here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have $524 in our savings. And I think that we should be good. We got all of the supplies, I think. We're still figuring out like their cage situation. We did get them some cages, but they don't like them. And it's keeping my girls up all day, so they're like, we need help. All right, nothing in savings that we spent. All right, moving over to my reserves binder where my car maintenance will be. We are going to be taking out $2, which I doubt that I have any change in here because we just don't. Let me find a 5 though. Let's do this 5. And we will take back 3 ones for the change. And there's that. All right, so we've covered everything. Did we spend? Yes. So there's that. We did also spend out of the business and holidays. All right, so let's go ahead and tackle the cash spending that we've done. So for holidays, we have $550 there. For business, we had 32. For car maintenance, we had 169. That was the tire. For grocery, 656. Almost all 700. And definitely all the 150 for Thanksgiving. So 656. 1407 is what we spent in cash this past week. Oh no. Always have a backup. So we didn't take anything from our count buffer. Let me go ahead and pop these back into their respective binders. Alright, so in total this week we spent $193 in bank spending, $66 in credit card spending, and $1407 in cash spending. So that is a total, ew, $1,677. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is try and get $66 out here, and we can do it. Awesome. So this is going towards credit card. That is a different entity than just putting it back into my spending account. So it's a bill at the end. It actually comes out at the beginning of the month, but at the end of the month I do withdraw like all this cash and deposit it all, and then I can pay my credit card completely off the way it should be done. So week 2, on our credit card, we spent $66. So in total, we should be having $225. So let's find out if we do. Okay. So we have 100, 200, 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, and 25. So 225, we got what we need. Perfect. So we'll just put that in here and just let it build throughout the month with everything we spend on the credit card. And then at the end of the month, I deposit this and pay that bill or that credit card completely off, back to zero, and we start over for a new month. And the rest of this goes towards my back to the bank, and it's not much. We have 20, 40, 60, 75, 76, 77. And that will just go to my back to the bank. You'll see I do have money in here because my son bought himself an iPad that he had been saving for the longest time, and he finally got enough, which is nice for him. It actually just delivered. That's why the dogs were barking. So I brought it in here because I want to watch him open it, but I'm in the middle of filming, so he doesn't know he's got it yet. So in total, we're going to be depositing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50, 6, 70, 90, 710, 725, 35, 736, 7, 8, 9, 740, 741. So this is going into my spending account. It's just things that we've been spending. This is our account buffer, so to speak. All right, so now that we've gotten that done, what I do want to do now is I want to transfer these numbers over to my main budget book so that I can put this book away. I personally don't like working out of two different books. If I could have had it back here, I would have, but they didn't offer enough pages for that. So we did it last year where it was all in the same book, but at the same time, it got so full. Like adding stickers to these pages makes it just a bit thicker, so it's not as thin as it used to be. And imagine doing WTF Wednesdays in here as well. My book from last year is like really thick. Anyway, let's go ahead and transfer some of these numbers over to my transaction log for the month, which is right here. And let's pull those numbers over here so we can retire this little baby. I'm running out of space, I feel like. Okay. All right, bank spending, $193. Credit card spending, $66. Cash spending, $14.07. And $3.68. Save the change. Let's go ahead and do some calculations. $8.79 and $193. So we've spent $10.72 out of our bank account this month so far. 66 and 159 we know is $225, which is what we've got on the credit card so far. 1407 and 1070, that is 2,477. You can see that we're trying to spend more like physical cash instead of swiping because that gets us in trouble so much. $7.86 and $3.68. So we have saved so far this month $11.54. That's pretty cool. All right, so let me retire this book for another week until next WTF Wednesday next week. Actually, oh, there's one more sticker there. We'll keep it. And just so you know, the mailman is pulling up, so therefore my dogs are probably gonna bark again. Man, I feel like I pick the worst times to film sometimes. Okay, so that is done. The last thing that we need to do is to go over our bills. Everything is on auto pay except for the credit card payment because I tried that and scheduled it to pay the entire balance off, but for some reason it was only paying the minimum, like the minimum due, like the $25 or something. Like that's not what I scheduled it. So I had canceled it. I canceled the auto pay and redid it, and it still did it again last month or at the beginning of this month. So I'm just gonna have to do it myself. Obviously, they don't know what they're doing. So I do have one bill I have to manually pay now. Yuck. All right. The things that did come out, it's only two. We had YouTube Premium. As you know, we have two because my son is buying his. So mine just came out, but not his yet. When his comes out, I'll grab his 14 from him and put it in the bills. The other thing that came out was Studio Paint for $8.99. And that was done. And that's it. That's the only things that have come out. So, easy enough, right? I'm going to move back to November here. We're going to plug those in on my main calendar spread. This is what stays open on my desk. And so I like to see what bills have come out, what's about to come out. I don't know. I just like to see it all. $8.99. So that one was done. I can't check that one off just yet. But as you see, all the bills have come out the way they were supposed to so far. Next week, we have like maybe 3. I'm not sure if these will come out yet. They come out when they want to come out, but we might have 2, we might have 4. Who knows? Might have 5. We'll see. All right, so we have done all of the bills. That was pretty easy. This has been a fairly easy one. I didn't do a full-time cash stuffing on that day, but I did add it with the festival cash stuffing, which dropped on Tuesday. I did film it on Monday. I just did not have the time. As you see, my son's birthday was this day, and yeah. Actually, I did not even fill in my daughter's appointments. So yesterday was my oldest daughter's therapy. So last week was my youngest daughter's therapy. So next week will be my youngest daughter's therapy. I haven't heard anything about her maybe not doing it for Thanksgiving week, but we'll keep going. And then last is my oldest. This is our schedule every Tuesday. All right, and we just finished our WTF Wednesday video, which is nice. So on Friday, we will definitely have our Modus cash stuffing. Looking forward to that. It's already dropped, so I'm ready to go. And then we do have on Monday a YouTube cash stuffing, my YouTube paycheck. So that one is all thanks to you guys. So I hope you join and watch that. So that's all I have so far. Let's go ahead and close this video out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I try and make it as enjoyable as possible, but I'm not exactly sure how to make finances that enjoyable. I'm just doing the things, you know, I'm just doing the things, and you guys seem to like it. So I appreciate you guys being here and just being with me. If you're still watching and you're not subscribed, can you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? That one right there that my son made. My son made this animation, by the way. I'm going to play it again. Go ahead. Isn't this cool? He did that by himself. He's my son. I love him. Okay. Anyway, and also, I didn't mention in the last video that, you know, I did get this. This is a panda ear. It's a succulent. It's in a little panda bowl. I got this from the festival. This is why my husband doesn't invite me to help him at the festivals, because I shop. But look at this. It's too cute. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's fuzzy. Isn't she adorable? She actually has to be watered today. So she told me to water her every Wednesday. Just a little 1 ounce of water. She's so cute. I just don't know. Like, I hope I can keep her alive. I have the worst green thumb. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great evening and a good tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on Friday. As always, until next time. Bye.